and it only takes a second. Obviously, Schofield shoots him, but this moment here, when he sees the blood and the look on his face, to me, I think that's one of the finest pieces of acting in the film. And it was helped immeasurably by the way in which we shot it, because we couldn't cut. We had to construct a pump that was actually contained within his kit bag on his back. So the blood was pumping out of him all the time. And there was something about the physical sensation of that for Dean that made him really feel like he was bleeding out. And I think that helped the scene hugely. And again in this movie, not breaking the shots up, not breaking the scenes up into their component parts, not fragmenting them, helped the actors live it rather than just act it. And this is a good example. This is all one take, 9 minutes, I think, 8.5 minutes. And, you know, he was bleeding out. There was blood pumping. Look how full of blood this bandage is. He has to get another bandage. He begins to understand how much he's bleeding, how dangerous this is, and how close he is to dying. And believe this if you will, the blood draining from Dean's face here, going almost blue, that is acting. We didn't touch his face at all in post until after he's dead, at which point we took a bit more colour out of it. But that extraordinary thing of the colour going out of his face, that's something that just happened naturally. We have to find your brother. And here, you know, it's very easy in a way to construct shots when the characters are in motion. But when the characters are static, or basically static as they are here, it becomes a bit more complicated. So here's a very key moment, and that's when the barn collapses and the embers float past in the foreground. And this is the moment that Blake begins to become delirious. He's losing consciousness and he's becoming confused. We talked to a medic about this, a paramedic, about people suffering stabbings and how quickly they can bleed out and what the various stages are. And she talked about shortage of breath and clamminess and them sweating, but also most particularly about the confusion and what's happened to them.